I'm trying to give y'all my all. I'm trying to give y'all my all. I'm trying to give y'all me. I'm trying to give y'all the real. I'm just trying to give y'all what needs to be gay. Niggas want me to attack it. Put the hood on, all the calling me dashes. Watch it like Bob Saget. Greedy, I can't pass it. Everything nigga no fasting. I don't care what you knew me in the past tense. Okay, what's up, YouTube? I'm gonna make this as quick as I can. Thank you everybody for tuning in to my channel. We're on the road to 1K. And also I want to thank y'all. If y'all new, thank you for clicking on the video. And y'all seen what the video was about. This video is going to be about my first month. Literally March 26th made it 1 month. I started February 26th. I am officially a registered nurse. Not officially, but like working as a new grad. I passed my NCLEX February 2nd. Well, that's when I took it. I didn't find out I passed it until like 2 days later, but yes, this nail is broken. We about to fix it. We gonna fix it, so mind yours. My voice is a little raspy, so if this is like y'all don't like this, then bump it, it's whatever. I have a little cold, and if this, you know, y'all new here and you like it, it don't sound like this all the time, so don't get used to it, unfortunately. But y'all know I wouldn't be me if I didn't have me a little wine, so cheers. I also want to say that I have been at work all day, and I just want y'all to know that I'm really dedicated to y'all, to throwing out consistent content. So this is me just off of work out of a 12-hour shift. I'm tired, but I was like, you know what, I'm gonna give them this video. This video gonna be out by Monday, Tuesday. It's gonna be out. But I had to give y'all this video. I have a cold, my ears won't pop, and I'm sitting here like so annoyed, but whatever, I digress. I am on a progressive care unit, and I do want to say that my progressive care unit is not like traditional progressive care unit. So y'all know I'm a new grad. We take classes. I take all my classes with the ICU nurses, so I'm very much critical care. They deem us an extension of the MICU, the medical ICU, because we're on the same floor. So we're very critical. It's not as critical as ICU, but we're more critical than like a step down. We only get 2 to 3 patients. Most of the time it's 2 patients. They alternate 3. That's a little backstory of my unit. It is a 19-bed unit, and it's like 2 separated into like 2 sides or whatever. It's like one straight long line. I am in orientation right now. We have like 3 or 4 phases. So the first phase is me, which I'm in now, which I'm done with my first phase next week. I take 1 patient and I'm just like learning the ropes. The second phase, they slowly start giving me like 2 patients, and they'll like I still have my 1 patient, then I start doing a little bit more for the second patient. I believe the third phase, I'll be on nights for the third phase. So I'm working days right now, but I'm hired for nights. I will be I think taking patients by myself, but I'll have like somebody there with me to like just help me when I need questions, help me when I have questions, or like guide me. So far so good. When I tell y'all my first day, I was so scared. I was scared shitless, no lie. And I was like, oh my gosh, like what have I got myself into? The imposter syndrome kicked in. I'm like, I'm just a 28-year-old teenager. I'm about to be taking care of people. I was a tech, but people's lives are in my hand. Like this is a side of working in healthcare that I know nothing. Like I know something about, but this is different, and it is different. I am the only new grad on my unit. So I started by myself, which I think is rare. We do have another girl in the unit who's supposed to start soon. She is actually a tech on the unit. She starts in like 2 weeks as the nurse. So we'll be like the new grads on the unit or whatever. But I actually really like my unit. I think I fit in with them. Their personalities mesh with mine very well, and I like that because I'm just different. I'm just one of a kind, you know. I'm so tired. I hope this video portrays well, and like I'm trying to give y'all my all. I'm trying to give y'all my all. I'm trying to give y'all me. I'm trying to give y'all the real. I'm just trying to give y'all what needs to be gay. The girls is taking it, honey. Well, I'm gonna give y'all a little extra breakdown of like my unit. So we have on days, we usually have 3 techs, and they split the 19 patients into 3. The nurses and the techs are all very helpful on day shift. Know nothing about night shift. I don't know, but as far as I've been on day shift, everybody's been super helpful, which I really like because I came from a unit on nights as a tech where everybody was super helpful. It was a little harder because we had 30 patients on my unit as a tech, and I would have like 10 to 15 patients. The latter end I did have a less patients, I think because of the time of the year, but normally I would have like 15 patients to myself. It would just be 2 of us, and that is a lot. But they tried to be as helpful as they can. We had our stragglers who weren't as helpful, but as far as I'm seeing, everybody's been pretty helpful on this unit. And I really like that. I like everybody so far. I'm in the honeymoon phase though, so stay with me. I'm in the honeymoon. I know it could go left or right. I know it's work drama. I know I get it, but right now is amazing. So I told y'all we do get really sick patients. I'm gonna tell y'all the type of patients that we have. We have a lot of trach patients. Basically, everybody's trach. Most of the people on ventilator are like trach callers. Like we're trying to wean them off of ventilators. We have some people like Dobhouse or NG. Maybe just the NG tube. NG tube or Dobhouse. I'm still learning, y'all. I'm still very much learning. Basically, everybody has PEG tubes, so PEG tube or NG tubes, but most of the time they have PEG tubes. They're very sick. A lot of our patients are just not here. They're total patients, which means they're very dependent. We have to do all total care for them. They're very sick. We have so many different, like so far I've taken care of a patient who was septic. They have ischemic limbs. So from here to hands, black, necrotic. Cold as ice. From the shin down to the feet, cold, necrotic. I've had patients I've dealt with a patient who had cardiac arrest, who had a 15-minute anoxic brain injuries. And another patient, a stroke patient, brain bleed, swelling in the brain, had to have a craniotomy, doesn't move to the left side of his body. It's all over the place. I've seen bronchoscopies. I'm gonna get into that. If I want to pick up shifts, not on my unit, I can pick up in the MICU, or it's another unit we can pick up on. I wouldn't get really sick patients. I would get like more some progressive patients. And like a person is stable and they're not on a trach or they're not on a vent, there's really no reason for them to be on our unit, and they'll get sent to like a med surg floor. But we do have really sick patients. And I know that we're not like the rest of the progressive unit. So like I tell myself, like if I wanted to travel nurse, I wouldn't want to travel as a progressive care nurse, because I feel like if I was to travel as a progressive care nurse, most of those would be basically med surg patients I'm dealing with. And I don't want that. Like I want critical. No offense patients. I've been on like a step down ICCU, intermediate care unit. They're more similar to my unit, but they do get 4 patients, like 4 to 5 patients, and we only get 2 to 3. Which I kind of like not having as many patients. I really want to work in critical care eventually. When I decide to transition to another specialty, it's going to be pediatric ICU. That's my next step. I know it. Like I know that's what I want to do. Like I wanted to jump into traveling that 3rd year, but I'm like, no, I'll stay on progressive and I'll actually go to where I want to be and travel in what I want to actually be doing, so I can really actually enjoy taking care. I enjoy my patients, don't get me wrong, but I've been with adults now for a while, and I just have a special place in my heart for the pediatric critical care community, and that's what I want to do. So I'm gonna go down a little list of things that I have done as a new grad nurse. Cheers. Another cheers. I'm gonna have my phone out for this one because it's literally a list and I want to like make sure. So I've witnessed a bedside chest tube insertion. I didn't know they could do that at bedside. I seen a doctor take out a chest tube on a pediatric patient during clinicals. Watching them put in the chest tube on a patient, I was like, oh my gosh, this is so interesting. It's just interesting to see things. I've seen 2 bronchoscopies, which when they take a scope and put it in the trach and they look down into the bronchioles, can clean them out. They can get samples, maybe even suction. I'm not sure. I think they can just like clean them out. Definitely suction, I think. And like just look in there, and on the screen, while you're in there on the screen, you can actually see their like bronchioles and all the mucus and everything that they have in their lungs. I did wound care. So on the patient I said they had the necrotic limbs, I did wound care on them. I have to change trachs every day, like clean them out, put a new inline in them. So I do that every shift because it's like we have to change trachs Q shift. I give meds, so everything is PEG, basically PEG tube, or like sometimes we'll give like meds in the IV, but I'm used to that because of nursing school. Even PEG tubes, I'm kind of used to those. I'm used to hanging IV. I've hung IV bags, secondary, primary. I've hung lots of tube feet. Everybody has a tube feed. Hung tube feeds. I've drawn labs on PICC lines, PICC lines. So when you do your assessments in the morning, you have to like make sure that their PICC lines get a blood return. And I had a patient who didn't have blood return out of one of her lumens on her PICC. This was like the first day, it was a struggle. I was able to do it, but it was a struggle. So the next day I had them, I was like, okay, no, this is just not pulling. Like it's not pulling at all. So we had to put TPA, which is I think is the same thing they give to like stroke patients. It's like a clot buster. I put that in their PICC line and I got it to work. I feel like a nurse because I actually got to see like something happen. I was like, okay, this is a problem. I solved it. I solved it. I think that's like pretty much interesting. Besides like basic care, we have to do a lot of turning on our patients. You're not about to get no bed sore on me. You're not moving. So I'm constantly in there turning them patients because no ma'am, nurse, sir, ski, Billy, Bob. And another thing I didn't realize, okay, so in my unit, we dealt with COVID. My last unit, we dealt with COVID, C. diff, and like RSV sometimes. And that's pretty much it. On this unit, they got MDRO, CRE, like all these different types of CRE or MDRO might actually be the same thing. I don't know. But it's like so many different contact precautions. I'm like, dang, I ain't know nothing about these contact precautions. Like, I don't know. Like, it's so many contact precautions. Everybody has a flexi seal, which is basically like a catheter for the butt that collects the poop. So it's a big line of poop coming out into a drainage bag. And I'm so used to poop and pee. That doesn't bother me, but if y'all want to be a nurse, these are things you need to consider. You're going to see pee. You're going to see poop. Sometimes poop might get in your hair, might get in your face, might get in your mask, it might get in your clothes. Like, poop might get in all these places. Like, you need to be mindful. Like, are you ready to, like, so maybe if you want to be a tech, maybe you should be a tech before you're a nurse so you know what you're getting yourself into. At the moment, I've had 2 preceptors. I am about to get another preceptor in like 2 weeks. And then when I go to nights, I know I'm going to get a different preceptor. I just don't know how many I'm going to have on nights. I do have 2 preceptors. They're both really good. They let me be pretty much they're like hands off, so I get allowed to do a lot of things by myself. If I don't feel comfortable, I'll grab somebody, or if I have questions, I will grab somebody in a heartbeat because this is not about to happen on my watch. I will grab somebody for help, but they let me do pretty much everything by myself. I do have one of my preceptors, she will watch me do my assessments. The other one won't, but she will go back and do her own assessment on the patient. So it's kind of like the same thing. I kind of prefer not having them in there while I do it because I think I can think better, especially now that I've done it a lot. I think I've had like 8 or 9. I may have had like 9 or 10 shifts. I've had 9 shifts so far. So I've kind of gotten the hang of it, doing like assessments, head to toe assessments at the beginning of the shift. So I'm feeling more confident each and every time I go in there. And there is so much charting on my unit. I have a lot of charting. I know that the ICU nurses, like, they have to chart like every hour. We have to chart some things every hour, but it is a lot of charting. I didn't realize as a nurse how much charting you do because as a tech, I didn't do that much charting. It is low-key a lot of charting that you have to do, especially if they have restraints. I've had a patient with restraints. You gotta do so much, not so much extra, but you do have to do extra for having restraint. This is going to be like a little reflection of like things as a new grad that I want to work on. So for sure, I want to work on my assessments. I know that I'm getting used to them, but I've been hearing new breath sounds that I honestly didn't get to hear a lot in nursing school. Like, I heard crackles, I heard diminished, I heard regular. But now I've had multiple patients with rhonchi and I'm hearing it and I'm like, that's different, but I don't know what that is. I want to get more versed in like the different lung sounds. Just more practice, honestly. I want to get better at suctioning my trachs. They have a trach suctioning that like automatically are attached to the trach. I think I'm pretty good with those. And they have another one that's not, like, if they're on trach collar, we can put it through the trach through that. To keep it sterile, we have to feed it through. But you don't want to take too long. You don't want to keep it too long in there because they start coughing once you get in there. I want to work on like drawing back at a good time, putting it in fast enough but not too fast, taking it out because you have to suction. You have to put your finger over the suction and do it while you pull out. So I'm going to get better doing these things. I feel pretty good with trach care. Talking with providers, I have not done that yet. We have rounds every Monday through Friday at 9 o'clock. I did do my first round today. Ooh. And I get my first like full like handoff report to another nurse and I feel good. You know, they're really good there. They're really good. I really do like my team. Like, my nurse manager came around because I have phase 1 meeting next week that she won't be able to attend, and she was just like, is there anything, like, do we need to step aside? But I'm like, no, like, there's really nothing that y'all can do better. It's not moving too fast, it's not moving too slow. This is literally perfect. And I don't want to sound like, oh, rainbows and fairies, but it's really going really good. And that's pretty much like sum up my first month as a new grad. I'm gonna do probably like a 6-month update, but I really have been enjoying this little whatever. The check's been cool. I've had 2 checks so far. I think I want to do a video on like my pay breakdown, so comment down below if y'all want to see me talk about like new grad pay in Charlotte, North Carolina, or just, you know, I'm not gonna give y'all exactly what my check is, but I'm gonna break it down to y'all too, basically how much I can make as a new grad nurse. But I won't be able to really make my full amount that I'm supposed to make until I'm actually on nights and I'm actually working by myself, and I can like pick up overtime, but like, I'm not an overtime girl, so I probably won't pick up too much But I can see why people do. I might be lying. I might actually start picking up extra. I might pick up one extra shift, a check. I've been thinking I might do that. This is my first month. I'm really enjoying it. Like, everybody's like, how you feel? I feel better now that I've actually been doing it. I had classes all last week, so I wasn't there so for a whole week. So coming back, I felt like new again, and I had like a little anxiety. I was like, oh my, I'm probably gonna have anxiety when I go back next Tuesday. It's Friday. I'm off this weekend and Monday. So when I go back Tuesday and I do 3 shifts in a row, I'm probably gonna be anxious. But like I said, my preceptors are really good. I'm about to finish my wine and I'm about to shower, because did I tell y'all that I got off of work and recorded this video for y'all? Like, have not washed my butt or nothing, because I'm so dedicated to making sure that y'all get the content that y'all deserve. Okay. I'm Mackenzie. This is my channel. We talk about nurse lifestyle. I'm just a real person on a real nurse journey. I'm going to spit out so much like new grad content to y'all, but eventually it is going to die down because I want to be a new grad, and I'm going to start showing. I am showing y'all more of like my life. I don't want me to be like a nurse. I don't want my world to revolve around being a nurse. Like, I just want to be like somebody who, like, my job is a nurse, like not a personality trait, you know. But I am trying to like inform y'all, because I feel like people like to learn, especially people who are around same kind of circumstances as me. I'm a non-traditional nursing person. I'm 28, just became a nurse. This is my 2nd degree. Oh, I went a different route, but it brought me here. And that's it, you guys. Thank y'all for tuning into my channel. Love you guys. Bye.
Niggas want me to attack it. Put the hood on all the time it passes. Mine till the Bob Saget. Greedy, I can't pass it. And then nigga, no fasting. I don't care what you knew me in the past.